This afternoon, the Quincy Concert Band performed in front of a crowd of about 100 at Quincy Junior High. The band's show Americana highlighted the country's rich history and culture. Nearly 80 band players, including solo flutist Rose Bishop, performed songs including an outdoor overture and Shenandoah. Energy amongst the performers was high heading into the show, and band officials are proud to have showcased a high caliber of talent for the audience.
A bunch of really important American composers, so highlighting them, we're really excited to bring forward some great historical pieces for band, as well as some very new modern pieces as well.
And the band will perform the QCB Chamber Concerts on April 28th and May 19th at 4 p.m. at the First Union Church in Quincy. The Fall Quincy Concert Band performance will be held on November 3rd.